we're just doing security. If you bring an umbrella, make sure you hold it out straight in front of you, otherwise you always get pulled to get searched. But one of the cast members just told us if you put it underneath the stroller, it's much easier and you probably won't get pulled. So we did that and I didn't get pulled today.
Donut and a coffee tonight.
Yeah.
USA.
That was a good tip though about putting it under the thing, because you just always get it.
Sorry? No, I used to be and I have now.
Flamingos.
This park has a lot of shade and stuff, so.
Yeah.
It's a nice temperature.
It is actually. Oh, that's cute little Simba. Lost Children Baby Care Centre, First Aid Telephone. So we were just coming into Kilimanjaro Safaris, and one of the cast members stopped us and asked if we were doing Lightning Lane, and if we were, they would take our stroller and park it. But because we're not, we can bring your stroller into the queue, which is amazing because it is hard to sometimes hold babies through the queue if it's hot. So yeah, we've been able to keep it. Not sure where we get rid of it yet, but we'll find out soon. We're about half an hour to this point, so less than 45 minutes, and they take your stroller. Once you get into the kind of little covered area, get ready to for them to take your stroller. You don't need to fold it down, but just take anything out of it that you need, and yeah. find out where we get it at the end.
Jumbo friends, hello, welcome. If you have any small tunas, you should put them on the far left-hand side. So generally like a viewing experience, there is no sit on these vehicles. We're going to start a couple safety reminders, and I'm going to ask that everyone please, we must remain seated at all times during the tour. There is no switching seats from this point onward, and let's keep those hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the vehicle as well. We may not see all those animals, so we think we have pretty good luck, and we'll see who we can find in the home this morning. The first area we're entering is called the Little Aturi Forest. So the animals that live here, they have these natural color patterns. It helps them blend very well into their environment that protects them from various predators. Got quite a bit to talk about already. I'm going to start with the animals on our left. So we'll kick things off with this copper-colored antelope called the bongo. For a bongo, male and female, they're going to have these short, heavy, curved horns on their head. They'll use those curved horns to brush away the underbrush of their forest environment so they can swiftly travel through their ecosystem. Next is the two saddle-billed storks, and those two, they are mates who mate for life. Something really interesting about a saddle-billed stork, they have no vocal cords. So to communicate, what they'll do instead is rattle their bills together. For exactly what we're going to find, so it's going to be more of a general sense. I'm going to look to my left to see if any of the black rhinos are out. One of my friends, he's really tough to see. He's sleeping in the back of the home. The other one I don't see at all, so I think that might be the only one we're going to get a little bit of a glimpse of. He is really tough to see there. But he is a black rhinoceros. Black rhinos, they are solitary creatures by nature. They have no natural predator in the wild, but they do have one we consider to be unnatural. Sadly, this is considered to be mankind. So, black rhinos, again, they're cornered for their horns. Their horns are made of keratin. Keratin is really no different than our fingernails. Looks like that is everybody I am seeing right now in the Little Aturi Forest. So we're going to move into the Safi River. The Safi River is home to a number of different animals. This includes the Nile crocodile, as well as the hippopotamus. Alright, so going up. We're going to meet those pink-backed pelicans. So the pink-backed pelican gets their name because during their mating seasons, their backs, they do glow a bright pink color. We can think of this as them blushing. When they have their eggs, the male and the female, they switch off for their incubation. On the left-hand side, getting a really nice look at some of the hippos that live out here. The hippos can be tough to see at times because the hippopotamus is going to spend most of its day submerging itself in water. So they do this to keep from overheating. The hippopotamus can spend roughly 8 minutes at a time completely submerged. Need to, they can do all that instinctually. The hippo doesn't really swim, they more or less float with style, so they're using their body weight to move themselves throughout these waters. They use that body weight to sink all the way down to the bottom of the river, and then just keep hitting along the bottom. That's going to propel them forward. When those hippos reach adulthood, these are Nile hippopotamus. They're going to be fairly large, around 5,500 pounds. And herds of hippopotamus, they are known completely. I cannot cross it. So we're just going to hold here for now. While we have some time, I'm just going to talk more about the hippopotamus. I did say they are fairly large. 5,500 pounds sounds like a lot, but their hippo is much larger than them. See if this next animal is out. I do see one of the Nile crocodile, but he's going to fall behind that bush pretty quickly. So we'll see if maybe there's another one in the area. That might be the only one. I think it's just him right now. I'm not seeing anybody of his other friends right now. Nile crocodiles, they are apex predators. They go to be 16 feet in length, all the way up to 500 pounds. Something you may not know about a Nile crocodile is they prove to be rather loving parents. They roll these across their tongue. We're going to see this massive ancient tree. It is known as a baobab tree. It'll be very obvious which tree is the baobab. It's very different from all the other ones because it looks like a tree that sits upside down. Now these trees are not actually sitting upside down. They just remain leafless most of the year. This first animal you're already noticing is going to be that massive and iconic Maasai giraffe. Actually, there are some wildebeest first in that right-hand corner. Not their full herd, but a couple of them who have made their way out here this morning. Then there is the Maasai giraffe. The Maasai giraffe is the tallest of the giraffe species. They're about 18 to 20 feet tall when fully grown. And then we have the opposite here. It is the Hartmann's mountain zebra. So the Maasai giraffe is the tallest giraffe species. The Hartmann's mountain zebra is the smallest zebra species. They're only about 4 feet tall. And then straight ahead, I see another animal you may not know. It's a very fierce antelope. They are called the, is that the sable? It is the sable. I had to make sure real quick that I was pronouncing it as the right antelope that I'm looking at, but it is the sable antelope in front of us. So we're going to talk about all these animals. We will go in depth on them a little bit later. For now, my focus is on the left-hand side. So let's look to the left and see if we can find the African painted dogs out in their home. I see them immediately. They are sleeping in their den. fairly common for those painted dogs. Usually when you find the painted one is distinct from one another, so no two ever looks exactly alike. That's how they tell each other apart, even from a great distance. Now the sable, they are massive creatures. It's never going to do them justice when we're in this vehicle, just how big a Patterson eland is. An eland can stand somewhere between 6 feet tall and up to 2,000 pounds of pure muscle and fully grown. And they're going to have these lovely spiral horns on both the male and female. That is distinct to the Patterson's eland. Next, let's talk about the Hartman's Mountain Zebra and the Maasai Giraffe. Starting with the zebra. The zebra species, they again only stand 4 feet tall. They have these white underbellies. Other zebras have black stripe patterns throughout. The Hartman's Mountain Zebra is considered to be black with white stripes, and there's a way to know this. They have a black nose. It means they're black with white stripes. If a zebra species has a white nose, they'd be white with black stripes, and herds of zebras are known as dazzles. The Maasai giraffes must eat 20 hours every day. So what they'll do, go down to a chamber in the stomach. Then it's going to come back up to the mouth. So they're going to chew it again, and that's moved down to another chamber. Their food must pass through 4 separate chambers till completely large by reserve standards. That's incredibly small by wild standards. Looks like it's still a little bit early for the baby, but not the baby yet. But going back to the springbok are very, very small, but very impressive. Springbok got their name because they have abilities to spring up to 6 feet in the air at a time. We call that crunking. They're one of the top 10 fastest land mammals in the world. So a tiny little springbok are still capable of hitting top speeds at around 50 miles per hour. We're going to move into the next portion of the savannah. So this portion of the savannah is known as the elephant yards. I'm looking for a male elephant. I can already see on the right-hand side. I'll look to the left to see if I can find a monkey species known as the mandrill. So kicking things off with the male elephant. So he's seeing one girl for the rest. Okay, I do see some more up ahead. Really rare to just find one female elephant. As you'll see here, they're far more social than their male counterpart. Female elephants spend their entire lives in their herd. You can see mom and the baby in the background by the baobab tree. We're going to meet that baby girl in a moment as well. The female herd is where the elephant will raise their young. This could include young males as well. Again, males are separating at adulthood, but if a male is a baby, he's going to spend time with his mom and with that female herd, and then he's going to separate once he gets closer to adulthood. So males will begin their separation usually around 14 to 15 years old. All right, getting some of those female elephants in view.
The baby again.
It's going to be tough to get the baby in view where she's at right now. She's right behind her mom, but actually, you know what? As I pull up, it's no, she's moving right behind mom, but there she is. It's always great seeing these elephants out in their natural environments. This has become something of a rarity these days due to the mining of a mineral that is known as coltan. Coltan is used in production of our cell phones, electronic devices. It is found primarily in the home of the African elephant. Because we mined so much for that material, we end up destroying their homes. We make it really difficult for elephants to survive in the wild. We can do our part to help the elephant when we recycle. So we focus on recycling rather than destroying those out. I cut down to mine for that material, for that coltan, and help these elephant environments safe. Driving around these waters, we're going to meet the greater flamingo. You might be surprised to learn a flamingo is not naturally pink. The natural color of a flamingo is black, white, and gray. Pink is the color they develop because of their diet. Primarily what a flamingo eats is brine shrimp. Brine shrimp contains keratin, and keratin is what transforms a flamingo and turns them into a bright pink color. It takes a greater flamingo about 2.5 years to get that pink color throughout. And flocks of flamingos, they are known as a flamboyance. That is Kopi, so she can survey her savanna. Any animal that comes to the light of her Kopi, that would be considered her prey. We can think this is Mufasa telling Simba, everything light touches is your domain. Male lions do not. So male lions can hunt, but their main job is to be a defender. So typically speaking, when these females go out and hunt, the males tend to stay behind. They're going to protect the territory that these lions are going to live in. They're going to defend and raise the young. That's why the male lion has a mane and the females do not. The mane is armor. It protects the vitals along their neck, and as they grow older, that grows out. It gets really, really dense protecting their vital areas. I am going to let you know, I am going to keep moving. We lost a lot of time here, unfortunately. We just had some weird stops. I'm not going to be able to stop next to the lines, unfortunately, this time around. We're going to move up to this next home. We're going to see if we can find the warthog. So when we see these tiny little goats here, they're so small, they almost look like they're baby goats. These are not babies. These are full-grown adults. They just don't get very large, hence their name, dwarf goat. But in Nigeria, dwarf goat is a very social, playful, and curious creature. That play is going to serve a purpose. It'll help all these tiny goats to develop their bodies physically. And I'm going to give you a little button. Hey, if you make it over to these Starbucks in this park, order a black and white. All the proceeds of that found in the ring monkeys who are currently critically endangered. At the end of every day, this is going to match all these different donation options, dollar for dollar. So we can all do our part to help the animals that we saw here today and every little bit of people.
Let's see it. Yeah. Animal Kingdom Baby Care Centre is just next to Creature Comforts Starbucks, and it was really good again. Which is Expedition Everest. We just visited the Baby Care Centre in Animal Kingdom, which is right next to Creature Comforts, which is the Starbucks. It was really good again. I tried to get some quick footage. It's obviously very difficult to film in those rooms because there's lots of other families using it, but we managed to get a private feeding room today, which was really good. It's just nice and quiet. It had a nice rocking chair, so we could just take our time and keep it nice and peaceful and quiet in there. So that was nice. They did also have some little like paper bowls and plastic cutlery in there as well, so if you're going to feed your baby some solids and you've maybe forgotten something, they did have those in there as well. The staff are really helpful in there too, so if you do have any questions or anything, like just ask them because they're so pleasant, they're so nice when you go in. But yeah, so we're doing our next rider switch. So actually this could work a bit better for us because Expedition Everest also has a single rider queue. Oh, my shorts have come unfastened this. So yeah, Matthew's gone in the single rider queue, and then I have been given a lightning lane, so as soon as he comes off I'll just go and scan the lightning lane, but hopefully the single rider queue is moving pretty good. The ride is at about 30 minutes just now, so we'll see how long it takes him to go in the queue and come back off again for me to go on. I'm nervous about doing this one myself as well. I normally have him to sit next to me and hold on to, pretend I'm brave with these things, but no, I need to do this one myself as well, so he'll probably be laughing at me screaming down the hill. But I'm looking forward to it. Kilimanjaro safaris was really good as well. We've seen lots. The general tip with that seems to be that if you can go as early in the morning as you can. We missed early entry this morning unfortunately, so I think we would have seen more if we'd been on earlier, but we've seen loads. We've seen male and female lions, white and black rhinos, cheetahs, we didn't see them the last time, loads of hippos, so yeah, it was really good. Quite bumpy, so just make sure that one of you is confident holding on to the baby, but they're absolutely fine to just sit in your lap, and he was quite happy looking around and seemed to enjoy it as well, so yeah, that was really good too. So yeah, it's gotten quite busy. Here it was quite quiet when we came, all the wait times were pretty low, so again, if you can get out early, then that's always a bit better. But the other parks seem to be quite busy as well. The queues were really long, especially for Epcot today, because the Food and Wine Festival has just started on the 28th there, so this is the 30th now, so it's really busy. I think it's also Labour Day weekend, so generally I think things are going to be a wee bit busier. But with Animal Kingdom it always shuts at 6 o'clock at night, so generally it's good to kind of get in early, have your day, and then at this time of year especially we're going to try and get everything done we want to and head back to the room again, let us and Lewis get a break out of the sun before any kind of crazy rain or thunderstorms start as well. So yeah, it's been a good day so far. Are you starving? No, I can't see. 30? That's too long. Oh, perfect. We got something from here last time. Kevin is out. She's very cool to see if you can manage to catch her. Good lunch and good little place to sit around here just behind, oh my god, what's this called again? Flame Tree Barbecue. It's nice and shaded, lots of fans and stuff as well, so yeah, that was a good little place to sit. We're going to head round to Pandora, but we're just going to probably get a night blossom around there, which is a drink for anyone who doesn't know it. And then we're maybe going to head back to the resort, and hopefully you can hear me. We're going to head back to the resort, have some chill time out of the sun, bit of a nap, and then maybe come back later. Hold on.
Alright, now I need to see everybody getting ready to meet their red coats.
Yeah, because then we can come back. We can come back later and like have a look in some shops and stuff as well. So Flight of Passage is one of my non-negotiables for this trip. I really love that ride, but it's sitting at 65 minutes just now, which is a bit more difficult when you're doing ride or switch or doing it by yourself, because it can just take much longer, to basically double the time nearly to do it. But even 65 minutes like last year, it was double that, like all the time. So 65 minutes is actually pretty decent, but it's still a bit too much for us today, so we're hoping that when we come back later it'll maybe have gone down a little bit. It was actually only like half an hour or something this morning when we first came, but we had other things we wanted to do first, so we'll hopefully get it later. One of Matthew's non-negotiables is ice cream sandwich every day. You can also do some pin trading here. If you have pins, you can exchange them with cast members, which is cool. And this is the Nomad Lounge. We would really like to go in there. They just sell like snacks and drinks, and it's a really nice place to sit, but it's a bit busy today, a bit busy to get in today. It was like a 55-minute wait, so we're just going to leave it today, but maybe another time. We're now headed towards the entrance of Pandora.
They have a volcano brownie dessert.
Animal Kingdom is a very beautiful park. There's something nice to look at. So this sign explains says welcome to the Valley of Moara in Pandora. Nice to see you. And you can get some good pictures under this. There's actually sometimes a photo pass here, because I believe if you like stroke the pink section, water comes out the top. Lots of wilderness explorers around. You can join the Wilderness Explorers Club. To the floating mountains of Pandora. And in the evening, if you can get it dark enough, this ground lights up like a kind of bioluminescent type. We're headed to Pongu Pongu for a night blossom. Okay, so we're at Pongu Pongu. I have got my night blossom. I did want a rum blossom, and we wanted to get an ale for Matthew. But the ID'd us and we don't have any ID with us and they wouldn't give us it, so we didn't even think to bring it, but yeah, we've got a night blossom. We have just arrived back at All Star Music. The bus for All Star Movies wasn't actually there yet, so we just got the bus to Music because we're just a short walk across here. Our building is literally just right there. So yeah, buses, building. So it's, yeah, those buses are actually probably closer for us than the All Star Movies ones are. So kind of top tip if you like. If you are staying in either All Star Music or All Star Movies, or even on the other side if you're at sports and your bus isn't there, just go for the music one. It's right in the middle of the two. So, and especially if like us, you're just on this far side of the resort, it's just as fast, if not faster, to get the other bus back anyway. And we're back a wee bit faster.
A lot of people leaving.
Yeah.
I think we got a good chance.
Okay, we're back in the park and we just went to meet Mickey and Minnie. And we really wouldn't generally do that kind of thing. Just like us to go and meet the characters, but we really wanted to take Lewis because he really loves his Mickey toys at home. And he really liked it. It's so cute. He was like grabbing their noses and stuff and smiling and laughing at them, and it was really nice. But my main problem with it is that there was no photographer there, so I didn't know where the cameras were or anything. So basically I've got a lot of lovely pictures of my backside and Mickey and Minnie on either side of me. So it didn't really capture a lot of the actual, like, what happened in it, which is a shame. And I was going to set my camera up, but I didn't, and I wish I just had now because it was so nice. It was so like precious, so magical for us and for him. But I didn't, so I wish I had done that. So if you do go into that kind of thing, just even ask them where the cameras are. Just ask them, so you know you're not blocking the camera or anything. And now we're just waiting at Everest. Matthew's going to go back on again. We were hoping the wait times would come down for Flight of Passage and things, but it doesn't look like it's going to. And then we're just going to try and get Dinosaur, and it's temporarily down, so we'll see. But yeah, it was really, really nice. It was really magical, but just a shame that the pictures aren't so great, but we'll see. We'll see if we can maybe do it again somewhere else. Thank you so much for watching this video. The next video will be day 3 of our trip, where we aren't quite sure what we're going to do yet, but we do have lightning lanes booked for Guardians of the Galaxy over at Epcot. So hopefully you can join me over on the next video. If you like this video, please make sure you like, subscribe, and make sure you hit the notification bell as well so that you don't miss out on any future videos. And make sure you're following me over on Instagram at Adventuring by Heather as well. I so appreciate any follows, likes or anything. It's so good to know that, you know, there's people out there actually watching this as well. So yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next one.